Hey guys, welcome to episode 10 of DevOps for Developers. So in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at writing our Upstart script to boot up our application at the right time. So what do I mean by this? So basically, the Ubuntu or as our operating system is loading up, it should automatically boot up our app as well. And as it's shutting down, it should stop our application as well. So basically, that's essentially what we're gonna do, and we're gonna write the command to so that we can, on the fly, whenever we want to start or restart or stop our application. That level of control is nice. So we're gonna do that with Upstart. Here I have opened up the Upstart documentation. If you guys want to come and read through this, you're welcome to. I mean, it's everywhere, so you can just go to this address and just go ahead and read through it. It's a nice read. If you got a bit of time, on the pod, sitting on your iPad, time goes by, just go ahead and this is some good reading material, right? All right, so let's go into writing our actual Upstart script. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is do a sudo vi, and I'm going to call it shopper.conf. So basically what this is going to do is going to create that file in the etc /init folder in your Ubuntu installation. All right, so let's start. So etc init /shopper.conf. Now we're going to write the description. So the description is shopper app. Looks good. Author. Pretty obvious what this is. So Zach. Siri. There we go. All right. So the next thing is we need to define when the script needs to be run, when Ubuntu is booting up or shutting down. So basically we want to run to start on virtual file systems. Okay, so what the hell did we just type in? Start on virtual file systems. What the hell is virtual file systems? So basically when Ubuntu boots up, it goes through different stages, right? It boots up different parts of the operating system at different times. So what we're saying here is basically we want to run our script, want to run our app, load our app up when the virtual file system has been completely loaded. If you want to read about when the event happens, so virtual file systems is an event, right? Once this event happens as we're booting up, we want to run this app. That's basically what we're saying. So if you want to understand what happens with there's like local file system, there's like file system, then there's virtual file system. So if you want to know the difference between all these and what happens at each event, then just go and Google that and you'll find out really quickly what it does. So now we have a start on, now we're going to have a stop on as well. So stop on run level 06. Okay, what the hell is run level 06? I mean, the more I'm typing, the more gobbledygook there is. Well, actually, it's not gobbledygook. In Ubuntu, we have a few run levels that are specific. So like there's run level 0, or run level 1, run level 6. Run level 0 is, I think, when you're shutting down the computer or something. Run level 6 is as the system is going to be rebooted or like being shut down, like as it's, before it's getting shut down. That's what run level 6 means. So what we're saying here is basically before shutting down or rebooting our Ubuntu operating system, we want to stop our app first, our shopper app. That's all that's saying. So the next thing we need to do is we need to load the correct path. So basically RB our Ruby environment or whatever it is that we need to load. So we can do that with env path. This one is pretty straightforward. USR local rbnv /shims, and then we have /usr /local /rbnv bin. So basically just the standard, places in your Linux operating system where all the binaries are stored. This is just to ensure that our application can access all those binaries. If like, for example, our gems are stored in the shims. I don't know if you guys ever go and looked in that directory, but you'll see a bunch of binaries that come packaged with the gems that we install. So basically we just need to have access to all that. That's why we need to have this line here. Next thing we need to do is we need to set an environment variable. So for example, Rails env equals production. So in this case, we're using the production environment. So env all right. So once that's done, the next thing we need to do is we need to set the user who's going to be running our process. So the user is going to be the deployer user. Set gid admin. So basically, deployer is a member of the admin group. So we're just going to load the correct credentials in order to run the application. Then we're going to chdir. Basically, what that's going to do is it's going to run this command from which directory, right? Where's the root directory for the application? Where does it need to go to? So basically, we're going to load our opt/www, and I think it's this is the one we set up. Yeah. Okay, so we have this now. This is all good. So the next thing we have to write is something we call stanzas, right? So the, Upstart has these stanzas, pre-start script. So basically, then we have end script, and we're going to go inside, and then we're going to write the script that we actually want to run. So as I mentioned, this is a unicorn-based application. We're going to do exec usr /local /rbenv shims, and then /unicorn -d -c. So -c just means we're going to input our configuration file, and obviously that's going to be where our app is stored. So the configuration file from Unicorn that came with our application. So opt/apps/ actually that's www/ where our app is stored, and then /config /unicorn.rb env staging. Production. All right, so that's pretty much it for the pre-start script. The next thing we need to do is the post-stop script. So pre-start, you guys understand pre, post, and all that kind of stuff. So pre-start is before we start the script, before this script runs, we want to run this command, right? Basically, that's what that is. So post stop script, and then end script. Okay, so basically, once we get the command to stop, like to run, like to stop the shopper app, this is what we wanted it to execute. So exec kill, and then the backtick cat /tmp /unicorn.shopper.pid. So what the hell is cat tmp unicorn.shopper.pid? So basically what happens is when we start Unicorn, it's going to store the PID, which is the process ID. It's basically a number that allows our operating system to identify what process is running this this script. So basically once you start Unicorn, it's going to store that PID, the process ID, in this file /tmp /unicorn.shopper.pid. And basically what we're saying is by doing the cat is outputting that ID, right? So when we do executing kill, so we're just saying kill this process. So basically that's going to output the process ID that is going to run Unicorn. And basically by killing it, we're just, we're killing it. I mean, basic enough, right? Yeah, so that's pretty much it for our Upstart script. Let's save this and exit. All right. So now we have this configured, and I remember correctly in the previous episode we configured everything. We connected the database and all that kind of stuff. So let's start our actual shopper app. So sudo start shopper. Job failed to start. That's what I expected. So now we need to be able to diagnose, what's wrong with our app. So to do that, we're gonna go into cd var log and then cd upstart. So if you add listen to that, we're going to see a shopper log right there in white, while everything else is in red. So I'm just going to sudo cat shopper.log. So it says here, bin sh user local rbnv shims unicorn not found. Okay, no problem. Well, what are we gonna do? Let's see if it's actually there. So cd usr local rbnv slash shims. Okay, so it seems like unicorn has not been installed as a part of our application. So we need to rectify that, all right? So let's go ahead into our CD. So let's go into our application. So opt/opt/www/checkin.me. So if we go into the gem files, I'm just gonna cat out my gem file. I actually didn't uncomment unicorn here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna exit from our server, and I'm gonna cd into our repositories, and I'm gonna do cd into shopper. So I'm gonna do a git checkout master, git status. Okay, well, I'm just gonna quickly fix this. I'm gonna uncomment the unicorn gem file. So I'm gonna load this up over here. Here we go. I'm just gonna remove this for now, and basically gonna go to the gem file, and I'm gonna uncomment unicorn. Okay, so I'm gonna commit this into our master, and I'll just do a back merge into develop later. All right, so I'm just pushing that code back into our server. All right, that's done. So I'm just gonna log back into our server. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a clear screen, cd into our apps folder, do a bundle. So basically that's gonna, run through our gem file, install all the missing gems and all that kind of stuff to make sure that we have unicorn installed. All right, so that KGIO is a dependency of unicorn. So right there, it's installing it right now. Awesome. Okay, here we go, installing unicorn. All right, so once we install a new gem with rbnv, we gotta do a rehash. So rbnv rehash, just like that. All right, so now we have unicorn installed and Upstart script is written. So let's do a sudo start shopper. Let's see what it says now. Job failed to start. Okay, expected that. So cd var log cd upstart, and we're gonna do a sudo cat shopper.log. All right, so it says here master failed. That was the old one, and it says here we don't have configuration file for unicorn. So right there, opt check it on me config unicorn. File not found. Basically, that's what that means, right? Can't find the file that we're referencing. So if you remember in our Upstart script, we wrote that, we want to use our custom unicorn config. So we don't have that yet. So I'm going to go back into our config file in our app, and I'm going to create a new file, unicorn.rb. Okay, so I am going to now load a configuration file for unicorn. So basically, I have a gist. So you may be wondering where I got the config file from, but if you actually go to the unicorn website, so let me just load up the browser here. So unicorn default config. So if you just do a quick Google search, you will get a, it'll be very easy for you to find, a sample unicorn config. And, they even show you how to write the configuration file. If you're into that stuff, you want to quickly do some research on it, you're welcome to. I don't know. I think this is it. Yeah, this is the file, I think. So I'm just going to go and do it. Keep. All right. Show in Finder. I'm going to load that up in my editor just to show you guys. So there it is. Here it is. So this is the example unicorn config. I want to actually show you guys everything. So it's not like just poof, here's some code, magic, awesome. Yeah, all done. I want to actually show you guys where things come from. So yeah, that one was provided by the unicorn gem. So we can actually just basically copy this and, customize it to our needs. I already have one, so I'm just going to go ahead and load this up. So I have this little thing over here that I have. If you click on unicorn.config. So if you go to my gist page, you'll find this. I'm going to click on this button here. I have all this config file. So this one is configured to, to my needs. So I don't have to start from scratch. So yeah, if you want to start from scratch, it's fine. Mine looks very much like the one that I copied from the default one. So yeah, nothing special there. Okay, so here it is. I've put this in. Since we're not using Sidekick in this one, I'm just going to comment that out. We're going to use Active Record, obviously, so we're going to keep that. The only thing to be careful about over here is to make sure that you have the right working directory set up and, your worker processes too is fine. So here we have www.checkin.me. Yep. Looks good. So here we need to change it to shopper. So this is going to be the name of our app, right? So basically what this is configuring it to use the Unix socket, right? So this is a Unix socket. Basically, it's going to be listening on a Unix socket with this reference name. We're going to use this later on when we configure Nginx to work with Unicorn. But in this episode, we're just going to get the application up and running. We're not going to configure Nginx as a reverse proxy to connect to our Unicorn process. So yeah, just be careful about that. Just, know exactly what each line does. You don't have to, know every little detail, but just be aware of these certain things. So again, this one is going to be our PID file. So if you remember, we wrote that, this is going to be the PID file that we're going to, when we use a kill, this is the PID file that we're going to reference to. And that's exactly what Unicorn is going to write to. When it starts, it's going to write the process ID to this path. Perfect. Makes sense, right? Okay, so here are where we output the logs. So, if Unicorn runs into any issues, it's going to output the error logs or whatever from here. So here I'm just going to put this into www/ and then the folder where the app is stored. Looks good. I'm just going to copy that. Go there like that. Looks good. That looks awesome. So these are some optimization techniques. So if you're using Ruby version 2 and above, and your garbage collector supports copy and write, then you can enable that. And basically this will ensure that you have the right options enabled for you. Preload app true is an optimization technique. It takes it makes your app boot up a little bit faster, use a little bit less RAM. Or more RAM, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's, just go read about it if you are curious about what it does. But generally, in production, you want to have this to true. It makes things faster and nicer and all that stuff. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's really all you need to do in terms of, setting up our Rails app with Unicorn. This looks good. I never explained the worker processes. So if you don't know how Unicorn works, Unicorn is a forking an application server. So basically it has one master server and then it creates child processes. So this is set to 2 because I just think we need 2. I mean, I don't think we need more. You can crank this up if you want more performance from your server, but it depends on how much RAM you have. So basically you need to kind of like find out how much RAM your app uses. So if your app uses 120 megs, multiply by 4, that's 480 megs. You can run that on a 512 system just fine. I'm going to keep it at 2 because, I mean, this is just a test, thing. I mean, it's not like a big deal if if it's a little bit slow. I mean, even if 2 is fast, I mean, Unicorn is by default already fast. So yeah, that's my little rant. Well, not rant, but you know, my little what do you call it? I don't know. Yeah, whatever that was. Anyway, so yeah, we've configured Unicorn. That looks good. I'm just gonna save that, and I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna exit that from the server, do another commit. Actually, add first. All right, so I'm just pushing that up into the master. Okay, so now I'm gonna SSH back into our server. And I'm gonna try and do a start. So sudo start shopper. It's not gonna work. I can tell you that. There's gonna be an error. There you go. So cd var log upstart, and let's find out what it is. Sudo cat. Here we go. Look at that. Strange. We did add the configuration file. So what is the problem? Master failed to start check stdr error log. Okay, so I think that already is there. Okay, let me cd into the opt www. Do you guys see unicorn.config? Unicorn in our config folder? No, I don't. Oh, actually, I think I must have I pushed to the wrong place, I guess. So git push. Yeah, this is why I shouldn't record videos at 1 in the morning. Yep, I did push to the wrong place. So here we go. All right. My bad. Okay, we're logging back into our server. Come on, gods of the internet. All right, here we go. Sudo start shopper. Look at that. It seems like it's starting. It seems like it's starting because it's taking time. And there we go. It started successfully. Awesome. So here we go. Here's how you see if you have a Unicorn application started. You see this Unicorn master in htop 0, 1. So 0 is the first worker, 1 is the second worker. We're using in 0-based index over here. Everything seems to be working correctly now. So this video is already getting a little bit long. We're going to configure the reverse proxy Nginx in the next episode. All right, I'll see you guys, and I would really appreciate it if you guys liked or disliked my video and added a few comments, you know, talk to me about this stuff. You know, if you have any questions, just drop me a comment or whatever, and I'll do my best to answer it. Thanks, guys.